And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from I was going to say from the office, but I'm not at the office. But I guess
Circuit World.
I'm at Circuit World. And I have to sell these tablets. And I'm worried that if JR finds out before the show's over that I don't have these tablets sold. I mean, that's what it's like I don't have enough to do. I have to sell tablets. I have to do everything. Circuit World, Blue Ridge, beautiful Friday morning. This is the All-Star Political Panel with Bruce. That's Bruce. Rick and Jane trying to get it together here. Election in Russia. Putin wins. Trump congratulates him. Good move or not, Bruce?
Yes.
Go.
Yes, good move. I think it was polite. Nice thing to do. You want to be friends with your biggest enemy.
Polite. Oh, gosh, okay. Going right into the weekend. I'm going to work on that all weekend long. I'm going to go with your suggestion. Polite. Holy mackerel. Go ahead.
Obama did it. In 2012, Obama did it.
Now, Bruce.
I'm sorry to bring up
this is not the
black
place
and white
to bring
comparison.
There's no place. This is not the platform to bring facts. Bruce, did you just say that? Amanda, did he say what I thought he said? I tell you what. Wow, censor him. Okay.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
You've been watching too many movies. You are falling right into
the
MSNBC.
trap, right?
MSNBC said that's what Trump does. He governs by watching TV and movies. So you think he's doing a Godfather move? Keep your enemies, friends close.
Everybody in the free world called the guy and congratulated him. If I called him, I would have said, "Hey, you like that collusion we had? I helped you get elected. I hacked your elections. That's why you won by 70%."
That's not true, though.
No, you know what I would have said if I would have called him?
Tell me.
I would have said, it's a shame that maybe you could give Hillary some pointers because you know how to win a rigged election in your favor and she does not. Because the election was rigged in her favor and she lost. So.
By the way, speaking of rigged elections, is Steele going to be analyzed? Is he?
Yeah, what's happened?
Did I see something on one of the websites this morning that
He's going before some committee.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Hope they give him champagne and biscuits before he goes on. That's going before some committee. I mean, that's just
what? I don't understand where
I
you're
feel
at.
like a hamster going on.
I feel like a hamster.
Committee overkill.
Shrimp.
Oh, don't give me.
Okay, stop.
Sorry.
Timing is short, and we have some serious things. $1.3 trillion. See, I, for one, believe that bipartisan is terrible. I do not believe in compromise. If I'm right, why the hell am I compromising with you if I'm right? That's my belief. What say you, Bruce?
When do you ever get anything done, though, if you don't move forward?
Oh, no, he's not one of those, is he? Did you
I am one of those.
Are you one of those? You move the ball forward?
It's a 6-month budget deal. It will.
Oh, gosh, okay.
We'll be going through this again in, what?
Get
September.
the nitro out of the bag for me. I'll have to have it in the break.
The big one's coming.
So you're okay with the $1.3 trillion?
Hey, I want to get the money to the military, so, if the balloon does go up in North Korea, we're, at least halfway better ready.
See, I think we could have got the money to the military and held our ground.
How?
I don't know, but here,
right.
I don't know
I
don't know the details, but Trump threatens to vote veto omnibus over lack of wall funding and DACA fix.
I don't think he cares about a DACA fix, but he'd like his.
Who doesn't?
Money. Trump.
What say you? $1.3 trillion gets us to September? Really?
Yeah, the end of the fiscal year. I don't know if you had a chance to read that piece.
Yes, the six.
The 6? I
Yes.
printed it this morning. It's
really,
really. You ought to put a link on your site to that because it's really.
What the 6? What's it?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bruce is moving the ball forward. He wants to know if there's something new in the equation.
Yeah, a good friend of ours sent us something this morning, a link to Zero Hedge that said
about
there's
5:45 this morning.
Yeah, exactly. that there's 6 things that'll really make conservative livid in the spending bill. Oh. And you've got
It's always going to happen.
You've got some stuff in here that's just really unbelievable.
$1.3 trillion spending bill gets us to September. What say you?
Well, when September comes, we go another step forward. He had to do that, I believe, because there's so many people against him, and he's got to move forward, or it's just a stalemate. I think he put a lot of hard thought into that, but I don't really think he had any choice at this point. I'd like to say something about Trump and Putin, if I could.
Go for it.
I think that, of course, Russia, big bad Russia, we have fought together on wars, and we were allies. We were allies. However, things have gotten so incredibly horrible, for lack of a better word, in this world, and I sincerely feel that Trump and Putin have got together and say, we have got to stop what's happening in a certain degree, and we've got to do it together, or this world's going to blow up. And I do believe that they have sat in a very private place and said, for one thing, the pedophilia. I've heard that Putin knows all of that, and he said, if you don't bring it out, I'm going to. It's pervasive. That's just one thing. But I don't think Russia's just turning over and they're going to be pen pals. But I do believe they have a common cause, and Trump has said to him, I just feel it so certainly, we've got to do some of this together, and it's going to take us to get through this mire that's the deep state in the whole world, if
you had everybody's attention until they're waiting for you to explain what a pen pal is.
Oh, pen
joke. Okay, so Putin and
I think
Trump, it doesn't bother me. Obviously, we know Russia. We know Putin. Yes, his opponent either would lose the election or be poisoned, whichever comes first. Okay, we know that, right?
So bad.
I'm so bad. We just had a black and white reference, and I'm so bad. Okay, so flip it back. Let's leave it there. Here's where I want to go with that. Putin and. Why do we gloss over? Did you read the story on China this week? How they're in our schools, the espionage, how deep it is from China in this country.
China's the scariest one.
I did not.
Yes.
I didn't either.
It's the number one. Espionage, China. They've got kids in our universities.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. Would you hear it? Are you going to hear it on the news? No. But
they don't view that as a threat until it blows up in their face. Russia to the mainstream media is a much worse bad actor than Xi Jinping and his whole.
Oh, you think Russia's worse than China?
No, the mainstream media thinks that. They're painted as them. And,
I think China is much more dangerous.
Chinese are taking over the world. You go to Africa, virtually in every country in Africa, there's Chinese development there. They're building roads. They're building factories. They're taking over the
I just got back from
China
not long ago. It is amazing.
What?
I've just gotten back from China, 8 months ago. Building is everywhere.
I know.
It is, and in Shanghai, my gosh, it looks like you're on.
Okay, let's stay with
Disney
that just
World.
a minute. Stock market dropped. I don't know what it's opening today at. It's supposed to be opening maybe in the negative again. Dropped 700 points yesterday. Fear of this tariff war with China. China has picked 128 companies in the United States or products they're going to go after. What say you with this tariff and what Trump is doing with the trade imbalance?
I think this is a very good example of how thin-skinned Americans have gotten. I mean, they just can't deal with some of this stuff. They panic, and it goes back to what you were saying about the 1.3 trillion. The deficit is what, $20 trillion and climbing, maybe close to 21 now. Do you believe Americans really would be willing to stand the pain to go through all the cutbacks in Medicare, Social Security?
Today.
I don't think it's going to happen in our lifetime.
For all this time as you've been on the show, I knew there would come the day. I knew there would be the day that I would have to look. Rick, stay over there.
I'm trying to.
No, you can't get
on the edge of my chair.
America is not ready for the pain necessary to make the corrections. Thank you. I'm sitting there this morning. Stock market's down 700 points, and I'm hearing everybody cry about the tariffs, and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I don't think we're ready for the pain necessary to correct the trade imbalance. Right? I don't think
Yeah. How about the entitlement programs? I mean,
I mean, exactly. He said he will. And the reason I believe they're working, because I'm not the bright economist. I don't have the 12 years of school up there, but
you're a hell of a welder.
No, exactly. The reason I think this is working is because of the outrage over it.
Yeah.
China is outraged. If they wouldn't care all right, Trump, just do that. They're outraged.
Good.
The they're outraged, right?
Good.
Canada's outraged. Mexico. That's what it says to me. Hey, this must be the right direction.
Yeah.
It goes back to the deep state, People in all those other countries are getting nervous that he's shaking up the whole damn thing.
Let me tell you, they are terrified. And the market is really a joke to me, because you're supposed to buy stock and hold it, right?
Is it a joke to Bill?
Do you know what?
Is it a joke to Bill?
Oh, please.
Whoa. My pet's over here.
Do you know who can control them? Soros, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. They can make that market move any day they want to make it move.
Kennedys?
And so,
Are they in that group?
yeah, they're who?
Kennedys.
Probably. I don't
They're
know. I don't know much
okay,
about
okay.
them. But I mean, those people that own the banks and things and they make the market move where they want it to, when they want it to. So the market's a joke.
We have our final subject of the day for each of you. But before we get there, we have to have like 2 minutes on Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg and what turned him white this week. Sorry, I meant ghostly white.
Oh my God!
No, ghostly white.
You're taking us off.
All
No.
they're trying to do is call a spade a shovel.
Ghostly white.
Open mouth.
Can I finish? What turned Mark Zuckerberg ghostly white this week was it only took $6.6 billion in his financial portfolio to get him to think,
Here's a lot.
whoa.
Yeah.
All right, so
Damage
anyhow,
control. Yeah.
What do you say this Analytica, Cambridge Analytica, and selling the data and whatever. What say you where that's concerned?
I think he got caught with his pants down, figuratively, because that's data mining is what they do.
That's what they do.
Yeah. So
Facebook does not exist for you to have your page to tell people what you like, what you don't like, and to post your grandkids' pictures. It does not.
Yep.
It exists to get your data and sell it, and they got caught.
Anybody that thinks they're getting Facebook for nothing, anybody that thinks that how do they make their money is living in a dream world.
Exactly. Because you sit there and say, how do they make money? They sell your data. You are data, period. Okay, go ahead. What say you?
Well, I think that the spin was that when Facebook started, it was just for grandkids and going on vacation. I do believe that the ulterior, they knew what they were going to do, but most people in this world think still, if they're not on watching the news, that it's still just grandkids, and if they don't see the news, they still think it's just sharing, what you're doing today and how pretty the lake is. They do.
You know what? And I want to say this. No matter where you're at, there are so many small little towns that you love to visit on the weekend. And I'm not saying this is bad, but there's a lot of little towns tourist places that you love to visit and walk up and down and go through the shops. Don't get caught off guard that there's not a group that developed a plan to get your shopping habits and see if you went in this store at 10 a.m. and then went over to the coffee shop. Don't get caught off guard if that's not happening right in small town America. That's where you live. You are data.
How many times have you gone into a restaurant and you think, wow, that's a coincidence? How did they know I was here?
No, you got the location. I bring this up, and you got the location thing
Turn
on
the
here.
locator off.
Well, you can't do that for simple reasons. For like me, we use it for tax purposes because I have a mileage thing on there, and
Right.
and that way, all I got to do is send it to my accountant. But on the flip side, then I'm wondering why McDonald's is offering me a free cup of coffee,
Yeah.
and then I look up and there's golden orange. How did they know I was coming down
Exactly.
515?
Yeah.
There's
Right?
always a flip side. That's the point.
Okay, my pet is over here. Bruce, what say you? You have the folder. Are we breaking it out? Bruce has the folder. Let's stay with. Pay attention. This is close.
Winners and losers, okay?
All right.
Yeah, winners and
Okay.
losers.
Well, I have a tie for the losers. You know, the losers
Nothing like
I
a
mentioned
tie.
before are Brennan and Clapper. You know, the two lying SOBs that should be sent to prison.
Bruce is.
But
Hey,
the tie is with Hillary. She can't even take a trip without falling. down the
listen.
stairs
I
and
have
breaking her
viewers
wrist.
out there. I have viewers out there that don't know what a pen pal is, and they're trying to figure out what SOB stands for. This has been a very difficult joke. Go ahead, Bruce.
And my winner, the Los
Oh, so they
Alamitos
tied.
City Council.
You had three losers.
Los
Hillary,
well, Brennan and
Clapper.
Clapper I put together.
You put them. That's
Yeah, they're
team.
like
Yeah. All right.
Simons
Go ahead.
and-
And
And the winner, Los Alamitos, California City Council.
Yeah.
Dropping out of the Sanctuary City Group.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
And
May there be
there-
more like them.
There are
Amen.
other cities in California that are saying, "Wait a minute, we don't know that we want to opt out." So
Yeah,
way to
exactly.
go. That is the sanctuary cities in a sanctuary state of California. Some cities are saying, "Nah, we want to opt out." What's it? You?
My loser of the week is Mount Holyoke College. Small liberal arts college in Ware Elf, Massachusetts. Women only. What did they do? They put out a dictum that says that we cannot refer to our students anymore as women. All woman college can't call them women because they want to make a more inclusive environment.
What are they calling them? Humans?
What are they calling them?
Humanettes?
Huh?
Persons. It's not a women's college anymore.
It's a person's
At least they didn't pick up a rapper term.
It's a
Well, I will tell you this. I don't care what you call
Mount
it.
Ho.
Can I finish? I will tell you this. I don't care what you call it. You're going to like this if you listen.
I'm listening. I'm all ears.
But I have to say it's public, and I don't know if they've changed. But Centenary College in Hackettstown, New Jersey, used to be an all-girls, women's, whatever the hell you are, college, okay? And we used to be 12 years old, ride our bicycles to the county pool. We had to pass the all-girls college, and that's where we'd throw the bikes down and just hang out a minute. Was that wrong?
But these days it is.
Huh?
Oh, gosh.
Was it?
No.
You okay with that, Bruce?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Yeah, at least
We
I didn't
used to go to
at least I
football
didn't bring up the
practice and watch the guys
SOBs.
run
Oh my God! Centenary College, Hackettstown. We used to ride our bikes to the pool. On the way, we stopped. We stopped for just a minute.
Ray's got to name a winner
See if the girls were playing
if
badminton.
you have a winner.
I mean,
Right?
I think a winner.
You have to stop see if the ladies are playing badminton.
Oh, jeez.
What did I do? What?
about
Go
like-
ahead.
No, Jane. Go.
Are you finished?
Yeah, I'm done.
I'm out.
I know. All I can think about is. Toom, toom.
You know, I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna be light. I think the losers were Nevada and the winners were Loyola, and it was the best game. 69-68. It was breathtaking, and watch Loyola on Saturday.
Good for you. I like that, folks. I do, and let me reel it in. No jokes. No. I understand where Bruce is coming from, but I have listened for years and years. I'm going to a political meeting. I went to one last Saturday. I went to two this week at night. Going to one tomorrow down in Pickens County. Maybe have some candidates for governor of Georgia there. And I have always heard these politicians talk about moving the ball.
Kicking the can.
And I understand moving the ball down, and sooner or later you get in the end zone, okay? And, when you are, first and goal from the one, all right, and you have 4 shots from the one to get in like a freebie, and you still do not get in the end zone, that's what I call the Republican Party today. You asked us, in 2010 to give you the reins, and you would stop X, X, and X. You didn't say you'd move the ball. You said, I'll stop X, X, and X. The Senate, you said, if you give me the Senate, I will stop X, X, and X. We have first and goal from the one. We have the president. We have a conservative Supreme Court at this time, hopefully. Okay. We have judicial that's working in our favor. We have the Congress, which is House and Senate. And I'm not okay with moving the ball. I think it's time to stop spending, period. Because you know what? We out here in the real world understand that when the bank account says 0, we can't say, well, you know, it's something so simple about when we run out of money, we have no more. And damn it, you don't have any more money because it's ours. And we don't have any more. We got to get it from China.
They own half the country.
They own it. I'm sorry. I almost got through with no bad words. But let me go to the pet of the week. But I am telling you, I am totally against the $1.3 trillion of spending. I'm totally for our military. You know, we just did the first audit of the Pentagon. First audit of the Pentagon. I think we got $1 billion we can't find.
Oh, gosh.
At least $1 billion we can't find,
That's the
right?
deep state, the Pentagon.
All right, so I'm sorry. I am 100% behind our military. I'll look you in the camera. There's not one person wearing the uniform, man or woman, in this country that I do not support. But I have to say, we have to have a little bit of financial.
Chelsea Manning.
Yeah.
We have to have a little bit of financial, you know. We have to.
Going to happen to get
I don't know. I'm losing.
It's not going to happen till you get the rhinos out of the Republican Party, and that's got to come with elections because the rhinos are. They had no idea Trump was going to win, so they could say they're going to do anything, and
the Democrats will organize a popular uprising. Because
yeah, but I'm with you 100%. But to move the ball,
how do you manage it?
You cannot tell me. You cannot tell me today on March 23rd anything that made Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer smile and another 100 Democrats smile, that there's anything good about it. There's not an ounce to me. Not even an ounce. You got it? Sorry about that. Was that too over the top?
No, I was just delighted to see Rena come through the door.
I am. I got to get to my pet. My pet's going to be all worked up.
Yeah. That's a big old boy over there.
Yeah. It's time for our pet of the week. Hey, Bruce, you did an awesome job because I don't think America's ready for the pain necessary to make the corrections, and I love that. I was waiting for that. I was hoping it would come from you, but you passed it up. There was always a chance. Basketball this weekend. We're on target. All right, let's watch some basketball. Time for our pet of the week. We've had so much fun. We're at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. We'll be back right after this.